all gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, I'm trolling tonight, family. Yes, I am. Oh, we finna troll tonight. Yes, that is the avatar for the evening. I am going to be Jason Whitlock. I can't really do his voice, so this is the picture. This is the picture we're gonna use because I'm a jackass tonight. Yeah. Hey, Fat Lock out here still talking. And for all the white clowns that are going to see this video and possibly him, hey, let's start it off correct.
But you get on the floor for this clown. He's a bum. He's trash. And you know it. And every time you bring him up, I'm going to let the world know exactly what he is.
That's right. He a bum. He's trash. This man sees a black man going in, family. He's 2-0. He's in the top 25. This should be celebrated. People were waiting for him to fail because they want him to fail so they could have things to talk about. They have nothing to talk about. So what do? Now Jason Whitlock wants to spearhead the movement that Deion just doesn't like white reporters. Newsflash, muchacho. Well, we should call you Munacho. They came for Deion first. This has been happening all through his life, professionally. They've been going for this man. When he was in San Francisco, they were going for him. When he was in Atlanta, they were going for him. When he was in Dallas, they were going for him. Even when he was in Baltimore at the end of his career, they were going for him. Then he gets on TV. First few years, people say he didn't know what he was doing. They wanted him fired. And then he became one of the best things on CBS. So much so that he was outshining the white people and Jim Brown. They had to start bringing in other black commentators to try to see if they could take some of the fire off of him. Now he got an opportunity. He went to Jackson State, got them on ESPN, main ESPN. We ain't talking about one of the offshoots. We talk about main ESPN. And then he gets an opportunity, takes the Colorado job, goes to the Pac-12. Now, the Pac-12 is a power conference, and Colorado is usually in the middle of the pack, but now they're 2-0. And they can't even say, you know what? Let's root for this man. Let's root for this man. Even if we don't like him, hey, do your thing. Do you understand, family, that his schedule is not about to get any easier? I hope y'all understand this. You don't believe me. Well, Fat Lock, you're a sports guy, aren't you? So, yeah, I'm sure you're going to be salivating with this on your fridge as you open it every 5 minutes. Tabernacle. This is Colorado football's next schedule. Now, they already beat TCU. It was number 17. Then they beat Nebraska yesterday. Okay, impressive. Now, Nebraska is not that good, but it was impressive. And it was more impressive that Shakur Sanders threw for 510 against a top 25 team. That's impressive. But okay. He has next Saturday, Colorado State. In-state rivalry. All right. Tickets as low as $202. They get an ESPN. All right. 10 o'clock game. Okay. We'll see who watches it. Then they get Oregon, number 13. That's it to be decided. We already know what this means, family. If they beat Colorado State, they're probably going to get the 8 o'clock game. They're probably going to get the 8 o'clock ABC game. Let me blow this up a little bit more. Yeah, they're going to get the 8. If they beat Colorado State handily, Saturday the 23rd, they're going to get the 8 o'clock ABC game. Then they got to go have USC come to town, which probably means they'll probably get a 4 o'clock start, 3 o'clock start. I'm sorry, 3:30. They'll get a 3:30 start. Arizona State, not that good. That's down there. That'll probably be a 10 o'clock game. Stanford, that's a little bit of a rivalry, and that's a fun team to always watch. Okay, they got the 10 o'clock game. Then they got to go see UCLA. Yeah, another top 25 team. That's probably going to get a 10 o'clock game. Let me see their schedule. Let me see. Okay, they're 2-0 as well. I don't envision them being undefeated, so I'm not worried about that. Then they got Oregon State. That's a tough team. So that'll probably be if he goes like where we at right now. This is the 9th game. If he goes, let's say he goes 7-2, they'll probably make this a 12 o'clock game again. Then they got to see Arizona, which is their last. Yes. It's not ours. Which is their last home game of the year. So, yeah, that'll probably be a 10 o'clock game. Then they got to go see, I think this is Washington State. You know, they already have it a 10:30 game on FS1. And then Utah to be decided, depending on how their schedule looks. All right. I said he'll probably go with this schedule. Minimum, I say the worst he could do is 8-4. That's the worst he can do. 8-4, you'll get a bowl game. I think he's going to go 10-2. That's just what I think. Looking at this schedule, I think he has enough charisma and he has enough talent. I think he could go 10-2. I think he's probably going to lose to USC, and I think he might lose to Washington State. I might think that's a trap game. So I say USC and Washington State. Those two might be trap. That, especially the Washington State game, that might be a trap because he might be going 10-1. No, 9-1. No, I think he might be 9-1 by this point. And they may be thinking, oh, we might be able to get to the playoff, and they might take their eyes off the ball. And I think they'll scare Utah, and I think they'll beat them, luckily. But y'all didn't want to hear me rant about this. Y'all want to hear what Whitlock had to say about Deion Tabernacle, Fox Sports Radio. Here it is. Get off my screen. Here's Whitlock.
We went to the camp of a certain school, and this certain coordinator we just played against. He's an offensive coordinator. He was at that school, and we went to this school of camp, and he didn't pay him no attention. Oh, yeah. I don't even think he barely spoke to him. Oh. He just pushed him off to the side, and I went and told somebody, I say, man, that ain't the way to treat him now. That's not right. That's not right. And he remembered that. And he told me probably 20 minutes after the little situation happened, he said, Dad, we'll never come back here again. Okay. All right, good.
So he's not a kid that they weren't interested in. They were interested in it. What Deion doesn't, and it's a tactic by Deion. He is clever with what.
I ain't gonna hold you, family. Hang on one second. I ain't gonna hold you. Why does old boy right here look like Eddie Winslow? Why he look like Darius McCrary right here? I don't know. I'm just fucking around. He kind of do look like Darius McCrary right here. I know he had Eddie Winslow on his staff, but it is what it is.
Clever with what he's doing. Why can't I think Willie? Who was the coach?
Willie Taggart.
Willie Taggart. I think that's who the coach was when Kendall Browse was there. And
Black coach by
Willie Taggart, black coach. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, so you needed the Asian guy to open the door for you. Affirmative action. My fault.
And so that's who it was when. And so Deion doesn't want to throw Willie under the bus. He found a white coach to throw under the bus, Kendall Browse. And so this is when you're dealing with a kid with Shador's talent and his dad's connection to the university. And you got a LeVar Ball type situation, but instead of LeVar Ball being some guy that played small college basketball and averaged 1 point, you're talking about one of the greatest players in the history of football, played at Florida State, and now here's his kid with some serious talent. There's a likelihood that Willie Taggart said, hey, man, we got to be very careful with how we deal with Deion's kid. No one make a mistake. Let me do all the engagement with Deion and his son. Let me keep you out of it. I don't want you to be responsible. I don't want you to say the wrong thing. Deion's temperamental and blah, blah, blah. I can almost guarantee you those were the instructions to the assistant coaches. I got this. This is a volatile situation. It's Deion. Deion wants to be the coach here. He's one of the greatest players to ever play here. He's got a huge platform. I'll handle this. Kendall Browse was probably keeping his distance just to make sure nothing went wrong. But here's Deion needing to throw Ed Werder under the bus, Kendall Browse under the bus, white people in general under the bus, so that black people feel good about him taking his talents to a predominantly white school. And he going, I got 75% black kids in my university. It's all a gimmick.
Okay, sir. Okay. That was the part that rubbed me the wrong way. He took his talents to a predominantly white school. It's a gimmick. I understand people's criticisms. I understand his criticisms that he should have stayed at Jackson State and built that program up. I get it. Again, Jackson State does not nearly have the money that the Pac-12 has. The SWAC does not have that type of money. Pac-12 is a Power 5 conference. We understand this. Family, I'm going to pose a question to y'all. So they moved him up. Thank you, Mike Lover. You seem new here, but welcome. So, okay, so he's at 18 now. Okay, 18. Because yesterday they were at 22, so they're 18 now. Okay. Jason Whitlock, let me ask you a question because I tagged you in it because I don't run for no smoke. Would you have said this if he went to the SEC? You know what? That's too high a bar. Let's start lower. Would you be talking about Deion like this if he went to, I don't know, Baylor? Would you have said this? Would you be talking like this if he went to Texas Tech? Please find me the Power 5 school that's predominantly black in the country. Please find it for us. I think the family would like to see that. Name this school. What if he went to the ACC, family? What if he took the job at NC State? Now, mind you, I'm picking all middle-of-the-road teams. Teams that you really wouldn't pick if you hear the conference name. NC State, would you have said this? If he took the Virginia Tech job, would you have said all this? Hell, what if he went to the Big East? Taking a job at Memphis, Creighton, St. John's, Seton Hall, Rutgers. Well, Rutgers is Big Ten. I'm sorry. Xavier, would you have said all this? No, you wouldn't have. Big Ten. If he took the Big Ten, would you have said all this? I actually like the fact that Deion went to a middle-of-the-road Pac-12 team. He still has to see USC. He has to see UCLA. He gotta go see. I think he had Oregon on there, right? No, he had Oregon. Yeah, he gotta play Oregon. He gotta play Oregon State. He ain't in a conference that is easy. Those are some good damn teams. The Arizona teams always scare people. I don't know what you want from this man. But let's go back to the original question I had. What if he would have went to the SEC? I know what would have happened. Y'all would have been shitting on him. You like, this is not a conference for Deion to be in. This is where the real power in the country lies. He's not ready for that. He doesn't have the team that'll go up against a Tennessee. What if he took the Missouri job, family? Let's just say he took the Missouri job. He'd have to go see Texas. He had to go see Oklahoma. He'd have to go see Georgia. He'd have to go see Florida. He'd have to go see Tennessee. They'd be waiting for this man to end up 6-6 so they can say something. The man is 2-0 in a Power 5 conference, and instead of them just saying, you know what, let's see, his schedule is going to get harder. Let's see if he really has it. Nah, they're just going to shit on him because he was talking about a white reporter who was talking crap about him. Well, let's listen to what Deion said about the white reporters. Because, of course, we need to have full context. Let's start way back when he was still at Jackson State.
Sus, you're up.
Hey, Deion, was just wondering if you could.
Oh, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion now. Okay.
I call Nick Saban Nick.
You don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie. If you call Nick Nick, you know you get cussed out on the spot. So don't do that to me. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Deion.
He did it again.
Just
there you go. So that man gave you the rules of the road and you went and disrespected him. And he left. As well he should. As well he should. Here we go.
Wonderful game. Wonderful.
Now this was after
beginning,
you.
intriguing, passionate, purposeful. It was all of that. We had some guys that singled themselves out with their playing ability. A lot of guys who got it. One of them from HBCU. I think he had 510 yards passing in a Power 5 football game. And he happened to be my son. And I'm proud of him tremendously. Defensively, we had some letdowns, but the guys came and made the plays when they needed. I think we broke a record. Everything we do seems like a record. 4 receivers with 100 yards. We didn't run the ball greatly, but we threw the heck out of the football. Savion, another back, played a great game. All the guys contributed. Dylan as well as Hankerson. The line did their thing. Called their butts off. We got to fix some things on defense, especially special teams, because I think we gave up 3 or 4 turnovers. We gave up the kickoff. We had a fumble. A couple other things happened in the first half. But hats off to the opposing team. They coached greatly. I believe the head coach, I love him to life what he did. Turning the program around at SMU as well as here last year. Good man. I had a moment with him in the middle of the field when the guys were injured. Just to let him know how much I appreciate him, how much I respect him for what he's accomplished. And I really look up to him. He's a good man, and his team is well coached today. Let's have some questions so I can go back and enjoy myself with my kids. Ryan, go ahead. Well, it was I'm not gonna say it was fun. It was satisfying in the end. You gotta understand, time the second ticks off the clock. I'm ready for the next. Like I'm thinking, okay, we gotta fix this, fix that, because we gotta be much more dominant next week in all phases, not just one phase, but offensively, defensively, special teams. Offensively, we did it. Defense, we gotta fix some things. The special teams were horrendous. We got a kick block as well as Durner gave up a touchdown. That was horrendous.
And you know what? He made his adjustments and he went in there and beat a lowly Nebraska team. They beat them by 22. So again, we'll see this week when he has to go see a good school.
How you doing, sweetheart? For real? Deion Sanders from HBCU? The one that played at Jackson last year? The one that you asked me, why would I give him the starting job? But like, no, not you. I got receipts. I know who they are. Not you, baby. I just got to say it. I would never do that. Wow. Well, he and Shiloh just came when I was in the training room getting my foot worked on. He and Shiloh just came, and of course Junior was filming it, so we had a dad moment. They were really happy, elated. Shiloh came in there being apologetic. He knows a couple tackles he missed. I'm on his butt right now, but he said he had 10 tackles, and I checked the stats, and I think he did. So, but I was just dad in there moments ago, and I'm proud of both of them. Really, I really am. And Junior, because his work shows. His work is why some of you are here. Yes. Can he? I try to tell you, but you ain't want to believe me because I'm just a, I'm just a lofty old young coach. I don't know nothing about football. I just played in the NFL for 14, played at a high level in college before, and been coaching youth all the way up for a long time. Why do you think we got Dylan Edwards? I coached him when he was 47 years old. That's why we got Dylan Edwards. So Travis is him, like the young folks say. Travis is it. I really think, I always promote all my kids. I really think we got a couple guys that should be front runners for the Heisman right now. That's how I feel. And I want to promote my kids at all costs. We got a couple on that. Who did that? Who did what they did today? Yes. Well, Dylan Edwards is phenomenal. I've been saying that since he was 4 years old. And we see that in practice all the time. Don't let the size fool you. Dylan looks in the mirror like Shadow Hal. He thinks when he looks in the mirror, he sees a 215-pound man that's probably about 6'4". That's the way Dylan addresses life. And I think he had a little injury of his ankle early on, and he thought it popped. Like, no, God wouldn't have brought you this far for that. Not right now. Watch the impact you're going to have in this game. And he had tremendous impact. Dylan is a dog, man. But you're going to consistently see what he does on a weekly basis because this is how he practices. This is how Travis practices. This is how Shador practices. This is how those receivers I've been talking about that you didn't believe. This is how they really go to work. The defensive front, this is how they went to work as well. We got to clean up some things, but those guys, I think they played a pretty good game. Turn on the film. I tell them to turn on the film. We're gonna continuously be questioned because we do things that has never been done. That's the way our life has presented themselves. We do things that have never been done, and that makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're gonna consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute. Because guess what? These young men in there right now, they believe. Not all of them believed before, but right now, they came up one by one, twos by twos. Coach, we believe. Now they believe. Now Boulder believes. People in the front office, people in the building, the fans, the students. Now everybody want to believe. I'm good with that. We got room.
So again, this was after the TCU game. So what happened before the Nebraska game? Tabernacle.
Sanders done for college football?
I'll tell you right now, I will root like crazy for Nebraska on Saturday afternoon. Oh my
Didn't
God!
your kid go to Nebraska?
No.
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
You're unbelievable.
Laugh,
You're
Paul. That
unbelievable.
was funny.
You're unbelievable.
Laugh over there. Listen, he's a breath of fresh air. I thought it was a great hire when Colorado made the move. They were a disastrous program. His kid, it's a good story. He brings the other Travis Hunter in, plays both ways. He gets him to go from Florida State to Jackson State, and then he goes out to Boulder. They have USC at home, which will be interesting. That's later on. They have USC going to their place. But I'm a little Deion'd out already. So I know they play Nebraska this weekend.
You're Deion'd out already. He played one game, and you're Deion'd out already. Okay. There you go. That was after the game yesterday.
This is a major release for Colorado football fans. Better part of 2 decades. This feeling for these fans, they haven't felt for 2 decades. Deion Sanders.
Y'all are mad at that. That man came in and made an immediate impact.
I slept in my office overlooking the stadium. I wanted to wake up and see the stadium. I wanted to wake up and feel it. I wanted to see it empty, didn't see the transformation. That's pretty much what we're doing.
It's a beautiful morning, Boulder.
Huh. Oh Lord. I ain't it's already gets no love on this platform. 2-0, and y'all can't just be happy. Okay. We get it. Hey, Fatlock. Now we've been going at you for years. Yes, we have. Family, would you like to see what else he has to say about black athletes? Oh, Fatlock. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Get that water. He about to get this work. He about to get this work.
This is an article a week ago. Viral criticism of Bills quarterback Josh Allen sparks controversy. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Josh Allen is a white quarterback. What does this have to do with Jason Whitlock and black athletes? Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen has had a shaky start in the NFL in his rookie season, but overcame his issues with inaccuracy and decision making to become one of the league's top quarterbacks and a perennial MVP candidate. But the Bills quarterback is now coming under criticism from an analysis who claims he lacks the work ethic of his peers, a controversial take that is generating some strong pushback from fans and NFL insiders. So you said he lacks the work ethic of his peers, yet this man has been in the playoffs the last 4 years, I believe. I haven't been really watching football, but he was one game away from the Super Bowl. And he's made the Bills and Chiefs, along with Patrick Mahomes and everybody else involved, a rivalry. Josh Allen not committed to the game. Commentator Jason Whitlock sparked controversy with a claim that Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs wanted to force his way out of Buffalo because he would rather play in a, quote, better city with more nightlife and strip clubs. But Whitlock later walked back that criticism, saying on his Fearless podcast on September 1st that the real problem is Allen's work ethic and commitment to the game. Let's hear what he said.
There's tension.
Let's play it on Twitter so I can proof it.
Discontent in Buffalo. People have been talking about it. Remember, Stephen A. Smith said that his sources have told him Stephon Diggs wants out of Buffalo. We talked about that. I talked about it previously. And so I think last week at some point, I believe Stephon Diggs wants out. And then part of my explanation is like, hey, man, the guy wants out because, he wants to be in a better city. He feels like that, the Bills aren't going to be able to compete with Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. And so he'd rather be in a different city in Dallas, maybe with his brother, or some city that's easier for his social life and for strip clubs and all of that. And so it was me talking off the cuff, speculating. I want to apologize for that. I want to sit here and tell everybody, dead wrong. Dead wrong. That's me copying to a mistake. I want to tell you what I believe I know now, or what I've learned over the past week, and I break.
So instead of you being judicious and saying you're hearing rumblings that Stephon Diggs wants to get out, and even if you want to speculate and say, the Bills were always this close, but they can't seem to get over, and it's frustrating him because he wants to play in the Super Bowl. Kids. Anyway, instead of you doing that, you automatically think this man is just tricking his money off in Buffalo. You think he wants out because Buffalo has no nightlife. They don't have enough strip clubs. You put that label on a black player. Then you got called out on it. Now you want to say, oh, no, I was really using that as a layup and alley-oop, I'm sorry, to get at the white quarterback. Because you had no balls to go after the white quarterback in the first place. Because you know your white crowd would turn on you. It was a smart move. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a smart move. Okay, I'm gonna let you continue. Go ahead.
You know, a little bit of news here to some degree. Here's what I think is at the heart of Stephon Diggs' problem. Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, he don't got that dog in him.
He don't got that dog in him. Okay, he made the Bills a relevant team again. He ain't got that dog in him. Stephon Diggs was on the Vikings. He had Kirk Cousins. He made an amazing catch against the Saints. He was one game away from the Super Bowl. Yeah, he don't got that dog in him. Josh Allen was one game away from the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that was in the divisional game. I'm sorry. He was right there. In a division where the Patriots are starting to come back now because of Tom Brady leaving. The Jets are starting to, even though I hate their stinking guts, they're trying to carve something out, and Miami is trying to find their identity. He led the charge and reinvigorated that fan base that was starving for years for some kind of win. Some kind of shot to get close to the Super Bowl after going 4 straight years and not winning it. You think that he ain't got the dog in him. I ain't caping for the white boy. I'm just trying to tell you a story how this man thinks. This man is dumb.
He's not Tom Brady. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not committed to the game. He's not committed to the study, to the level of effort that the real top flight quarterbacks put into the game. Josh Allen survives on talent. And everybody in that organization knows it. And that has been at the heart of the frustration and tension with Stephon Diggs and that organization as it relates to Josh Allen. The coaching staff from Sean McDermott on down, they cater to Josh Allen. They don't hold Josh Allen's feet to the fire. They let him mail it in on talent. And I don't halfway blame Stephon Diggs for looking around. They lose that embarrassing playoff game to the Cincinnati Bengals 27-10. You look across and you think about Joe Burrow and the commitment to the game that Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, the standard Tom Brady set, and you're playing with a super talented guy who's not as committed as the other top flight quarterbacks, and it shows up in that playoff game. He's not as prepared.
So the Bengals were not that good that year. That's what you're saying. The Bengals were one of the top teams of the league last year. What are you talking about? This guy's. I hate this man. I really hate this man. The Bengals have been one of the top teams the last 2 years. And he's younger. Joe Burrow came in with an LSU pedigree, sir. This man was scaring Alabama. I believe he won a national championship. If I remember correctly. Yes. They beat Clemson 42-25 in 2020. So I don't understand what you're talking about. But then again, this is you. You swear up and down that you're a sports commentator. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Speaking of not knowing what you're talking about, family, what you see on the screen right now, this is where I got the picture that I have as the avatar. Let's back it up a little bit. I want y'all to see this. This is where I got the picture from. Something called the Ann Arbor District Library. He has on a Malcolm X hat. All right. And then they have this, family. Somebody got at him because he took shots at soccer. All right. Not everybody's a soccer fan. We get it. They have him when he went to go work for the Kansas City Star. That's a big move. He went from a local reporter into the big time. Then we got this. Paper suspends columnist. Ex-news writer Whitlock allegedly taunted Patriots fans at a football game. Jason Whitlock, a sports columnist for the Kansas City Star and former Ann Arbor News columnist, has been suspended pending an investigation into allegations he heckled fans during the Kansas City New England NFL game on October 11. Quote, the disciplinary action will extend at least through the Chiefs game against Pittsburgh on Monday night. Further consequences remain possible. Rick Visek, the Star's assistant managing editor for sports, said in a statement written for today's editions. Jason's actions violated one of the cardinal rules of journalism. Don't become part of the story and a credo of sports writing. Never react to the taunts of fans. But most important, what he did was offensive and unprofessional. Whitlock's column on the game, which made no mention of the incident, appeared the next day. His column has not appeared since. KMBC TV in Kansas City reported that Whitlock would no longer be doing weekly commentaries until the matter was resolved. Eyewitnesses say Patriots fans seated just outside the enclosed press box began taunting the visiting media during the game, and Whitlock responded by holding up handwritten signs, at least one which insulted quarterback Drew Bledsoe and the team, according to Sports Illustrated. After fans became agitated, stadium security guards entered the press box and stopped Whitlock. The Star said its managers have apologized to the Patriots and that the NFL did not plan any action beyond that imposed by the paper. Whitlock, whose aggressive style has attracted a wide readership since he joined the newspaper in 1994 after leaving the Ann Arbor News, couldn't be reached for comment by the Associated Press. The Star said Whitlock had expressed remorse and had apologized to the Patriots. Ooh, you bowed down to the white man, but you got all that smoke for the black man. All right, say less. I represent Kansas City at all times, not just the Star, and anything I do that sheds a bad light on the city is something I take very seriously, Whitlock was quoted as saying. I regret it if anything I do reflects poorly on this city that I have come to call home. Yeah. No, Randall, hello. Jason Whitlock has a problem with high blood pressure. Leave that man on.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Y'all out of line. RG Titan, hello. Can Ham Hawk Whitlock go the fuck away? Nah, he got a 5 Sports radio gig, so nah. He ain't going away no time soon. But yeah, there you go, family. That's y'all's fat lock. I can't stand that man, but he over there in spaces with people like Sotomayor and Shamika Michelle, and he think he doing something impressive, which is funny as hell. I still don't even understand it myself, family. I don't understand it. You got a black coach. They just suspended a black coach off an allegation. Deion ain't done nothing wrong yet. He got all the attention, and you don't want to big him up. That would have been a hell of a get for you to have him on your show. Now he ain't gonna want to talk to you. Hey, Deion, you can come down to New Black Media. We talk to you real fast. We do that. There y'all go again with the Kool-Aid. Now he got Kool-Aid. This man said he got Kool-Aid.
Be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
You say he got Kool-Aid. Y'all are out of line. I'm sorry, family. Every time I say Fatlock, I'm going to have to do this here. Fucking Fatlock. It's always Fatlock, man. I don't get this man. He out there. Wait a minute. I want to check something. Where did he do? Did he do this in Kansas City? Let me see. So the Patriots fans. Oh, because we know damn well if he'd have done this up in Foxborough, he might not have made it out of there. They might have been waiting for him. But yeah, family, that's him. He trying look at all these pictures, family, especially the one I put in the thumbnail. He trying to get his Patrice O'Neal on. What is this? Oh, I remember that. He still talk about Kaepernick. What was this? He refuses to what? Oh, this guy, he's so funny. Black Lives Matter, you compared it to the KKK. Oh, God. We could do a whole deep dive on this, man. I'm not even going to do that. That's all the food that goes down his throat when it's going down his esophagus towards his stomach. And that's how you just be hitting the sign. But before I go, family, hey, Jason, we got a song for you, sir. Yes, we do. We got a song for you.
Yo, fuck nuts.
No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there be no mayonnaise.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I ain't planning to stay on this long, but yeah, you know, Fatlock can go to hell. He going, man. If he ever sees Deion in the street, he gonna be trying to dap him up, and everything is everything. We get it. Do your thing, sir. Do your thing. Anyway, y'all, I'm finna get out of here. Enjoy the rest of my night with my family. Take care. Stay safe. One more time for Fatlock. One more time. Yeah, you get it.
Yo,
no medicine.
Yo, fuck nuts.
No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there be no mayonnaise. No medicine,